Welcome into Seahawks Today, powered by Chat Sports. Tyler Jones here with you. So glad to have you with us. A special at-home edition of the program. It is Memorial Day weekend. I am at my mom and dad's house in Oklahoma celebrating the holiday, but there's so much Seattle Seahawks news and rumors to get to that I had to go ahead and get you a video even on my off day. So, with that being said, if you like the at-home setup, then give me a like on this video. I would certainly appreciate it. And we love what we do here on the channel, but if you could show us some love for giving you some news and rumors, even when we don't have to, on an off day like this, hit the like button and we'd certainly appreciate it. The first news and note to get to today is DK Metcalf. We've talked about his contract situation for quite some time on this channel. And now ESPN has some projections of numbers out there for what an extension for Metcalf will look like. This is according to Brad Spielberger. He released this week that he expects Metcalf to get an extension that is about a 5-year, $130 million deal with about $26 million per year, $60 million of that totally guaranteed. So to put that in perspective for you folks out there, the highest paid receiver in the NFL right now is Tyreek Hill, and he's making about $30 million per year. So Metcalf, not far behind at 26, within striking distance of the money that Tyreek Hill is getting. Here is more what Spielberger is saying about this. This was an article that he put together redrafting the 2018 NFL draft, which he had Metcalf going in a new draft, if we were to redo 2018, number 6 overall, comparably speaking to the Seahawks picking him all the way at 64th. Here's what he had to say. Arguably the most physically imposing wide receiver from the 2019 class, Metcalf has had a historic start to his career. His 3,170 receiving yards through 3 seasons rank as a top 20 mark all time. This feat was accomplished while playing opposite Tyler Lockett, who signed a 4-year, $69 million extension before the 2021 season. Metcalf's unique combination of size and speed have always carried a ton of value in the NFL, as he can't take the top off the defense in addition to racking up yards after the catch on quick outs and screen passes. When Metcalf isn't hauling in catch after catch, he's going toe-to-toe with Olympic sprinters, running a 10.36 second 100-meter dash at 6'4", 230 pounds in a U.S. track and field event. With Russell Wilson under center, Metcalf's 1,130 receiving yards and 20-plus yard throws ranks 5th among wide receivers, with his 11 deep touchdowns, were the second most in the league. The Seahawks may have no choice but to have to pay 2 top-paid wide receivers to help which quarterback ultimately starts for them week 1. So that is the roundup on DK Metcalf, an expectation of about a 5-year, $130 million deal with $26 million per year with $60 million guaranteed. I got to tell you, with what we've seen from DK Metcalf through 3 years in his career, I would love that if I'm Seattle, if you could get him at $26 million on a 5-year contract. For a guy that young, as good as DK Metcalf has been at this point in his career, I don't think we've seen even the peak of DK Metcalf yet. I think his football is still well in front of him. So if you can pay him that now before it costs you more later down the road, that sounds good to me. Sign me up. 5 years, $130 million, 26 per. The projection there from ESPN. Want to hear from you guys. How confident are you that the Seahawks extend Metcalf before the season begins? I think we all feel pretty good that a trade is not going to happen, that he's going to stay in Seattle. But how does this all work out? Do we see something get done soon? Let me know in the comments section. Scale it 1 to 100. How confident you are that the Seahawks extend DK Metcalf before the season begins. Colin Kaepernick worked out for the Las Vegas Raiders this week, and according to ESPN's Jeremy Fowler, he said that Kaepernick's arm strength and conditioning stood out during the workout. However, he also reported there was no signing imminent with Kaepernick in the Raiders. Ian Rappaport of NFL Network said that it went really well. All signs point to that. It was Kaepernick's first workout with an NFL team since 2017, May of 2017, with the Seattle Seahawks before they passed on the opportunity to sign him. If you recall, Pete Carroll at that time said that they were passing on Kaepernick because they felt that he was a starting caliber quarterback. And Russell Wilson, of course, was the starter in Seattle, and he wasn't going to beat out Russell Wilson at that point. Kaepernick, 34, hasn't played since 2016. And although the Raiders seem to be the favorites to sign Kaepernick if he were to return to the league, knowing that there is a history with him in Seattle, what Pete Carroll has said about him, and the Seahawks starting a new chapter at the quarterback position, this has been talked about, the idea of Kaepernick in Seattle. And every time we do a quarterback video on this channel of some sorts, every damn time I hear in the comment section, the Seahawks should sign Colin Kaepernick. It's something that is talked about quite frequently. And so, here's the thing. Look, I don't like the idea of signing Colin Kaepernick, and it has nothing for me to do with the kneeling or anything like that. I'm just not interested in a quarterback that hasn't played in the National Football League since 2016. I'm out. No thanks. But there is a sense of excitement that some people have about the potential there. He did take the Niners to the Super Bowl, so I give him that. But that was a long time ago. And when we hear that the workout went well, what was the expectation for Colin Kaepernick at this point? I wouldn't be opposed to Seattle bringing him in for a workout and seeing what he has. But at this point in time, I wouldn't want to sign Colin Kaepernick personally. That's just me. How about you guys, though? I feel like we'll get some response on this. Should the Seahawks sign Colin Kaepernick? Should they give him a shot before the Raiders do? Type HY for hell yes. Type HN for hell no. You don't want to see Colin Kaepernick. Let me know in the comment section below. Now, one more note that we want to end today's show on. The Seahawks could potentially be for sale. Yes, you heard that right. This is a new article that was reported by John Casano. I think I'm saying that right. JohnCasano.com. He's a sports business reporter in Oregon. And he says that both the Seahawks and the NBA's Portland Trailblazers are to be sold, and there isn't much wiggle room about it. The two franchises, of course, are under the control of the Paul G. Allen Trust, and trustee Jody Allen, the sister of the late Paul Allen, who owned both teams until his death in 2018, is the one overseeing it. So, more on this in just a second, but I want to make sure you are subscribed to Seahawks Today. We are bringing you coverage of this team each and every day on this channel. It's my off day. I'm at my parents' house, and we're still doing this for you. So please, like the video if you want to see more Seahawks news and rumors. If you're a subscriber, like the video and show off. If you're not subscribed, do it right now. Join us and subscribe to the channel, youtube.com/Seahawks TV. Hit the red sub button, turn on those notifications, and we certainly would appreciate it. All right, so Brock Huard. I like Brock Huard. Good guy, Seattle guy, does radio in Seattle, I think a podcast now, and working for Fox Sports as well. Here's what he had to say about this situation. According to Brock Huard, because the city of Seattle paid hundreds of millions of dollars to help build Lumen Field, a contract with the Seahawks includes a stipulation that would be a big hurdle to any sale in the middle of this decade. And selling the team before then is not something the trust would do due to fiduciary responsibility. Here's more from Huard. There was basically a poison pill enacted into the deal that said, you can't go and turn around and sell the team until I'm pretty confident that's 2025, 2026. We're still some years away from the trust being able to do that. Otherwise, with that poison pill, the Seahawks would have to donate hundreds of millions of dollars back to the city, and that just wasn't going to happen. So I don't think a sale is imminent. I don't think it's within the next year or two. It may be within 4 years. So, sounds like a sale is happening at some point. We just don't know when. The main thing is, just don't go the route of the Supersonics. Sell it to somebody locally, right? Somebody that has no interest in moving the team. Somebody that is a Seahawk fan. That's the main thing, right? When it's all said and done. And there's a lot of rich people in Seattle, so I'm sure somebody would like to buy the Seahawks, but just find a local ownership group. Don't want to get burned by what happened to the Sonics, go to Oklahoma City and all that over again. So that's the main thing here. The Allen family did an incredible job with this organization, and now a new era, whoever that may be, just find a local owner. That's the main thing here when it's all said and done. So there you have it. That is our at-home edition of Seahawks Today. Thanks for joining me, and like the video if you want to see more Seahawks content like this. Even on days when I'm at home at my parents' house bringing you content, if you want to see more stuff, like the video, subscribe. We certainly would appreciate it, and we'll see you next time right here on Seahawks Today, powered by Chat Sports.